Welcome back to The Meaning of Loaf with me, Randall Bunner. Sorry there's been a little bit of a gap. Turns out it's not a good idea to use older beef in the preparation of your own homemade Marmite. No long-term damage, but it did put me out of action for a couple of weeks there. So if you have followed my recipe for homemade Marmite that you will have found on my website, please do not consume it. And if you have consumed it, I've been advised to let you know that you should contact medical professionals immediately. This week, we have a suggestion from Margaret in Somerset. She says that she got this recipe from her brother Ken and swears by it. To start off with, we have some peanut butter. Again, brilliant ingredient that you can just go and buy. Once again, I've made my own. More out of a sort of financial constraint than anything, which will be clear in a second why that is. Then, of course, our old friend bacon. King of sandwich ingredients, or queen, you know, or non-gender specific monarch of sandwich ingredients. Perfect thing to have in a sandwich like this. As you'll see, the last ingredient and the first ingredient have a little bit of a chunk to them, but a lovely bit of bacon evens everything out. So this brings us to our final ingredient. One could say the primary ingredient if we're talking about expenditure. Something Ken insists on being in this sandwich apparently to make it really work. Beluga caviar. It's quite difficult to track down where I live, so I did have to import quite a lot of it from a lovely man in Russia. Unfortunately, they do only sell in bulk, so I had to buy quite a lot of it. On the plus side, that means I now have a lot of beluga caviar. Leave a comment if you are looking for beluga caviar or would like to buy some. I'm not entirely sure of the legality of that with regards to the contract I've signed with this gentleman, but I'm sure it will be fine. The first thing we're going to want to do is fry the bacon. So we're going to pop that on the heat. So you want to wait for the pan to get nice and hot, and then you're just going to drop it in like a couple of old socks. Right, yet again I've gone for a nice shop-bought, soft, white sliced. Actually, if you saw the previous episode for the Marmite and Monster Munch sandwich, it is the same loaf. What we're going to do is just pop it down, and we're just going to take quite a lot of the olive oil, spread, just to even out some of those flavors. Good. Then remember the rule, it's liquid, semi-liquid, solid seasoning. Then a layer of the homemade peanut butter. Lovely stuff. Next we're going to wait for the bacon. That's crisping up, I just have to make a quick phone call. So, the final step, of course, the administering of the all-important beluga caviar. As with all sandwich ingredients, I think it's go hard or go home. Or double down or leave town, as I like to say, which I may have to do. Beautiful. You really get quite a lot of it on there. Really get every last little unborn whale. And of course, the sandwich's crown, the second piece of bread. And as always, horizontal, not diagonal. Would be a good t-shirt actually. Might have to look into merchandising actually of the phone call I just had. Some lovely men who were curious as to exactly when the follow-up payment for the caviar was going to come. Now, the moment of truth, time to take a bite. Oh. God. Right, well, thank you, Margaret and your brother Ken. I do owe quite a lot of money to a Russian beluga caviar exporter. So really, really important that you hit that like button. Please subscribe, tell your friends, comment if you have any suggestions for recipes, or if you'd like to buy some beluga caviar. It is very high quality. Goodbye.